Once you have your background painted to show your mood, like I have here, so here is my background, my sky, and this is showing a sad mood. I have some raindrop shapes, I have some zigzag lines, I have some wavy lines to show the feeling sad or the mood sad. Now I'm ready to add the other details, and we're going to be making this into a cityscape. So a cityscape is an artwork of a city. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be turning that sky into the background for our city. So I have a piece of black paper, and I'm going to be making buildings to go in my city. So I'm going to, with a pencil, I'm going to draw, and some of them can be rectangular, and I can cut that out. But I also want some of them to be different. Not all buildings are shaped the same. So here's my rectangle building. Some buildings have kind of like a pointed top with like a tower or something, and are skinnier. Some buildings have more of a triangle top. I'm going to carefully cut around. And I don't want all my buildings to be the same height. I want some of them to be shorter. So maybe I want to make this one the pointed top like that. And it's much shorter than the other buildings I have. I'm going to use my whole piece of paper here. So I'm even going to come over here, and maybe I can make a building out of this little corner. Maybe something like that. Okay. Maybe I want another tall building. You need to decide what your buildings are going to look like. They should have a variety of heights, so some should be tall, some should be short. There we go. Once you have a few buildings, you're ready to start arranging them. You want to think about what's going to look best in your artwork. So I'm going to start arranging them. I'm going to make sure they look good. So I might not want both of these tall buildings right next to each other. Maybe I want to have them kind of separated. Again, maybe I want to separate these bigger buildings. When you're deciding on where to put your buildings, make sure that you don't cover up important details. If your sun is here in the middle, you might want to think about putting your smaller buildings here so you don't cover it all the way up with tall buildings. I want my small building to be here and a tall building to be here in the middle. When you have them ready and arranged, you're ready to start gluing. So I'm going to take my glue, going to open it up. It's ready to work. Turn it upside down. And when you're gluing, you're going to put little dots all the way around the edge. Not too close, not big globs, and a little bit in the middle. Make sure that it's touching the edge here. It's lined up nice and neat. And then glue it on. You could glue your building so that they're touching if you want them to be right next to each other. I'm going to leave a little bit of space in between mine. Dots all the way around. When you have your buildings glued down, you're ready to add more details like windows. So pick colors for your windows that make sense for your mood. Well, I've been using yellow and blues. So when I go to pick my colors for my windows, those are the colors I'm going to stick with. So I have some blue paper, another type of blue, and some yellow. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out little squares to make for my window. So I'm going to cut a strip and cut small squares. Maybe I want some longer rectangular windows. Maybe you want a circle window. And then I'm going to start gluing these. Maybe that could be a door. When you're gluing these small ones, you only need one little dot of glue. And that will be kind of like a door. I like that. And you can mix up the colors. You can have the building be all one color of windows. It's really up to you. You could do a pattern. So maybe I want to do a yellow, blue pattern. Or they could be random. It doesn't matter. I'm going to stick with my pattern. When you're all done, it should look a little something like this. You should have windows and doors on all of your buildings. And then you're finished. You are now ready to start making your cityscape. Go ahead and gather your materials and get started.